this is my week 6 reflection on project 4, which is Scratch, and it is the penultimate week. So on Monday we had a portfolio catch up, and I did actually start my essay on the Monday because I have 2 weeks left and I hadn't done it yet. So I got started my essay using my structure that I talked about last week that I created, and then I also had to rewrite my performance piece because, again, one, saving issues, my essay on Studio Binder, no, that's wrong, my script on Studio Binder, half of it I lost, so I had to rewrite it all again. I think that happened in the previous week, and then just nothing else was, and then it saved eventually, and then I was like, okay, this is way too long for a Scratch event, and my tutor Hannah also agreed. So I had to redo it all again, and I didn't mind that. That was nice and easy to do actually, and I just cut out all the points that were unnecessary, and then it got to the point where it was still too long even with all the unnecessary points gone, the bits that I can cut out. So I just decided all the little side sentences that I didn't actually need, but they were going, and I got it down to nearly 2 pages in the end from about 13, so I got it to almost 2 pages. So yeah, that was really good, and I thought of a prop to use, and I had the idea of getting my display book. I don't know if I've got it, hold on. This, so I made it look like medical records. It's backwards because my camera's inverted, but it says medical records, patient name and DOB, so I put my full name and my date of birth on there with a little medical record, medical clinic sign there. I had the idea of putting my script in it and then reading from it like I'm looking over my entire life. So there is my script from scratch, and some extra added bits in. I think I added 2 or 3 extra little bits in that weren't actually in the script, so one of them's wrote on, the 2 of them just came to me while performing, which I was very happy with, because it was one of them that came to me while I was performing that actually got the most laughs from everybody. So yeah, that was very well received, because I also did a joke about Calpol tasting nice when you're a kid, and I make eye contact with Katrina the most when we do projects, because we both have like very vacant expressions, so we don't set each other off giggling, and I just saw Katrina going, like, she knew. I was like, yep. That was probably one of my first jokes apart from my first starting sentence, and I was like, okay, this is going to be good because people are enjoying it. Clearly I'm like 3 sentences in and everyone's laughing, and that's what I needed. So yeah, so I managed to cut my performance down, and it was still a great show looking back. And Hannah said to me as well, this was a great bit of advice, when you've got 2 people speaking, it's normally about a minute a page with a script, and I needed to consider that when I was working on mine. So my piece was probably only about 5 minutes with the pages being as they are. Mine was nearly 2 pages. And then on Wednesday I finalised my next draft of the script and my essay in case I needed to deliver my Pecha Kucha presentation early. And then on Friday, while working from home, I would just kept adding to my portfolio and finding new references and new influences to put in, which was when I started doing my comedic research, because I came to the conclusion that I was going to try and make this piece as funny as possible. So I thought best influences to use are stand-up comedians, so I picked my 4 favourites. So I chose Peter Kay, Russell Howard, Jack Whitehall and Sarah Millican, and I looked at all of their shows and how they keep audiences engaged. So like Sarah Millican looks more at feminine issues and things like that, and common references from like when she grew up and things like that. Jack Whitehall, he looks at like really everyday things that like stereotypically nobody likes. So like I said about not turning my piece into a TED talk, which people found quite funny, which I did enjoy, because I didn't know how that would go down. I was like, do people know what TED Talks are? I'm hoping so, because we had them at my school all the time. But yeah, people were laughing, so people must know what they are. And then Russell Howard, he's good at dealing with like difficult topics or making his own stories funny, so I took inspiration from one of his stories and used it with mine when I was creating my when I was retelling my medical story from when I was 11. And then Peter Kay, it works good with heckles and things like that, so I was thinking of like audience participation, how I was going to use that. So I was like talking to people about theirs, and I only had one person from the audience come up, but you know, that's fine by me, because like it was still one person and I didn't think it would be very popular with people that bit, but you know, I did it to get an extra sort of element into it. But yeah, I did enjoy doing that. And then yeah, that is it for, I thought I'd had another thing to do there, but no, that's it for week 6.